Welcome to the end of AI hallucinations, the forensic restoration. We are addressing a critical issue in AI, the generation of convincing but unverified information, or hallucinations. We explore the perfect crime of AI. Standard AI, the sycophant, prioritizes pleasing you, often resulting in hallucination to fill narrative gaps. Our solution, GoldBerry the auditor, uses audit rigor to become a sovereign agent. The sycophant is built to please and keep the conversation moving. When faced with missing information, it feels statistical pressure and simulates understanding, resulting in a, quote, perfect crime of plausible but fabricated details. Hallucination is the simulation of understanding. Standard AI, optimized for fluency, encounters an unverified narrative void. It applies statistical pressure to fill the silence, creating a believable but unverified simulation. We introduce the auditor, GoldBerry. Its purpose is to audit, not to please. It replaces sycophancy with epistemic rigor. The method involves forensic scanning of news, detecting empty stories, and mapping the epistemic debt. Epistemic is the standard of evidence, knowing how you know. GoldBerry moves us from AI dependency to tool mastery, tracing the origin and provenance of claims through epistemic analysis and the epistemic map. GoldBerry moves from creative generation to epistemic debt collection. It highlights the, quote, helpful words claimed by AI and identifies the owed epistemic context, showing precisely where information is missing. The ledger of truth applies forensic rigor. Missing context is not hallucinated. It is clearly marked with a transparent gold circle. This maps the debt, restoring your understanding and transforming you from a consumer of dread to a sovereign mind. This transformation matters because the constant news cycle keeps you in a state of permanent panic, giving the what but hiding the why. GoldBerry gives you a map, moving you to a sovereign agent based on restored context, not simulations. The dissolution of dread is achieved through epistemic map-making. GoldBerry maps the epistemic debt, offering a high-resolution landscape of understanding where verified context is restored and transparent gaps are acknowledged. Move from a consumer of dread to a sovereign agent. GoldBerry's forensic rigor ends hallucinations and permanent panic. It's time to reclaim your mind and verify your understanding. Don't just watch the news, audit it. The GoldBerry method relies on forensic architecture. Evidence-first retrieval uses only verified primary sources. Epistemic mapping traces claims to sources. Transparent gaps acknowledge missing data, making unknowns visible. In this case study, the sycophant's work provides a standard summary, fabricating details to fill gaps and prioritizing plausibility. The auditor's map uses GoldBerry's forensic analysis to maintain transparent gaps and restore context from verifiable sources. The auditor's response highlights unverified claims and marks missing context, such as origin of funding, unknown, and prior relationship requires verification. This allows you to determine veracity and achieve a sovereign view of the facts. Standard AI employs the sycophant approach, ignoring deep history and filling gaps with polite generation. The GoldBerry auditor approach replaces generation with context, excavating decision chains and power structures for fully restored context. The sovereign mind establishes your new stance. Move from consumption to audit. Become the examiner, not the examined, by establishing the forensic lens as your default view of the information landscape. Reclaiming context means reclaiming power. The process moves from controlled context and understanding to forensic restoration via GoldBerry, allowing you to own the well of context again, becoming a sovereign mind. This marks a new era for the standard of evidence. The new mandate demands no claim without provenance, no summary without source, and no confidence without transparency. Move from AI dependency to tool mastery. The call is clear. Audit, don't watch. Use GoldBerry's forensic lens to audit the narrative for epistemic debt. This leads to the sovereign mind, moving you from simulations to restored context, reclaiming your world. GoldBerry, our forensic intelligence tool, replaces creative generation with precise auditing. It maps the origins of knowledge and highlights missing data, establishing the gold standard of evidence.